So back in July I attended Summer Willow Live. This was my first live show in about 10 years and I wanted to take you guys through my placings. I'm going to start from 6th place and then work my way up to the ones who come second, first and also qualified for BMX. So we're starting with a model I call Cathedral City. He is the Best of breywrfest Mini Carlisle model and I really love him. I'm really happy that he brought home 6th. I think I had him in the European Warm Bloods class and his reference image looked quite similar to him, but it was a really big class and a lot of other models in there, so I'm happy with this placing. Also placing 6th we have Glass Cat, who is in the Sports Horse and Carriage class. She is of course the Glossy Valentine. Here we have Lafayette, who I call Midnight March, and he was in the gated class. There was quite a tough competition on this table and he was up against quite a few versions of himself as well, so for him to bring home 6th place I was quite happy with. This next class was a fun class for congas, so I decided to bring my hobo conga because it's not a mould that you see every day and these aren't models that are seen every day either, so I thought it'd be fun to have a bit of a vintage squad on the table. I think the judge liked them as well because they did bring home 6th and it was a really tough competition. There were so many gorgeous congas on that table and a lot of people with a lot more than 3 models, so for them to come 6th I was really happy with. Moving on to 5th place, this was the Part Bred Arabian class, so of course I entered my Glossy Reverence, who I call Sandstorm, and I was really happy with him to bring home 5th despite his flaws. If you were following me at breywrfest last year, you might remember I had a little bit of a meltdown about the quality he came to me in, but despite all that he still placed 5th. This was another fun class for body models, bloaties and shrinkies. This is the Nutcracker Prince, who was a holiday horse. He is very much a body. He did get quite a few questions as to whether or not he was actually body quality, but as soon as I turned him over and showed that everyone all of his scratches and chipped paint, they were all like, oh yep, he's definitely a body. But still a really lovely model and still came in 5th. Moving on to one of the biggest classes that I had my models in, and that was the miniature fantasy class. So this girl I call Maria, and she is actually the 2nd model I bought when I got back into the hobby. She was another last minute throw in the ring. I'd actually bought her to sell, but then she placed 5th in the class. She's got some really lovely shading and I love the pink kind of interference, so I think the judge really liked. The next model that brought home 5th place is Dynamite Dan. You might know him from this year's Stablemate Club as he is the first release named Dax. I had him in the Paint and Appaloosa class. This next model was a bit of a surprise for me, but despite her flaws she still placed 5th. I think she's really nicely shaded, so she was a bit of a last minute addition to my show string, as I enter her in a lot of photo shows and she gets some mixed results. Sometimes she places very highly and other times she doesn't place at all, so I wanted to put her on the table just to see how she would go. She was of course entered into the Thoroughbred class and her OF name is Rachel Alexandra, however I call her Dolly Divine. Moving up to 4th place we have a model that I'm very proud of. This is Little Boy Blue, who you might remember from my repairing floors video. I was so happy that he placed, considering I had done that repair work on him, and he's one of my favourite models in my collection, so very happy with his placing. Also in 3rd place, this model was in the miniature fantasy division, so alongside Maria, we have Topaz. And I really wanted this model for a long time. I do collect this mould and it's blue, it's shiny, unicorn, so it ticks all the boxes for me. The Pony Club store had a sale on and they had a few of these guys left and they were a gambler's choice. So I did message them and politely asked if I could get a Topaz if they had one, and they came through for me and I was really happy. I think she was the last one left. But yeah, she placed 3rd and I was super happy with that. I think she's absolutely gorgeous and yeah, just really happy with her overall. Sticking with the unicorn theme but moving up to the traditional unicorn or fantasy fun class, we have Luna, who placed third. I managed to get her in a spot on the table that had a patch of sunlight, so I think that really showed off her purple and blue kind of interference. Luna also placed third again alongside her mum in the fun class for mares and foals, so I was really happy that both of those got another placing. Moving up to second place and sticking with Luna and Stella, we have Stella here, who got second place in the fantasy traditional class against her daughter, and yeah, she qualified for BMX through that, so I was very, very happy with this. Interestingly, 10 minutes before this class I was about to sell them, so I'm really happy that I held on to them and decided to put them in the show. Also in second place and qualifying for BMX was a model that I call Charlie Brown. He was in the miniature young stock division and I showed him as a thoroughbred. He's actually my cheapest model I've ever bought. I got him from the Chestnut Ridge sale. I think he was £2.50, but he's really nicely shaded and just super cute overall. So I decided to put him in the ring and yeah, was really surprised with his result. Another second place and another model qualifying for BMX. This time we were in the Spanish and Iberian class where I had 3 models. The only one to place out of them was this guy, who is of course Dominante. I cannot for the life of me remember what his show name was, but yeah, he came second. Just the week before I had purchased him and a double of him because out of the 2 I wanted to choose which one was the nicest to take on the show with me. And yeah, he got to put home second, and just yeah, really happy with that. I gave myself a little pat on the back. Now we've moved on to the models that I am really, really proud of. So first of all, we have our last second place and our last model qualifying for BMX. This was also my first venture into performance classes and costumes. This is Camden Cole and his rider Jamie. I was working on this model at 3 o'clock in the morning the night before the show that started at 8 AM, so it was very stressful for me, and Jamie got his name because my boyfriend Jamie actually slept on the sofa that night so that I could stay in the bedroom working on him. While I was putting him on the table, his bit broke, so I had to grab some super glue and just like pinch it and hold on for dear life and pray that it was going to stay on. But yeah, he qualified for BMX, coming second. The model is originally the Household Cavalry set, but I did a lot of work on him. So I brought his head down, restructured his face. He's got the bottom half of all of his legs are all new, resculpted mane, tail, neck. A lot of the tack was replaced and fixed as well. So a lot of work went into him and I was so happy with his result. Moving up to my only first placing of the day, of course this goes to Voltaire, my holographic Uffington from last year's breywrfest. He came first in his class for decorators, which then put him on the table for division championship, and he got reserve champion, I think, and I got a rosette for that, which I was super happy with. It was really cool to bring home like an actual rosette from a model horse show. I was so happy. Unfortunately, I was super tired the whole day, obviously staying up till quite late, fixing and finishing off Camden. So I kind of got a bit overtired, overwhelmed, and decided to leave a little bit early. But next time I'm definitely going to stick it out to see the championship right till the end. But overall, I left the day just feeling super happy, super grateful to be part of such an awesome hobby with so many amazing people. Summer Wheel Live was, like I said, my first live show in about 10, 11, 12 years. So yeah, it was a little dream come true for adult me to do this and take myself by myself to my first live show. So really happy with everybody's results. And I think Voltaire was definitely happy getting some confirmation on his gorgeousness. Here I've just done a little setup with all of my cards and a few of the models that I was most proud of during the day. If you've never been to a live show before, I 110% recommend it. You don't need the rare super amazing custom models in order to do well. There were so many regular runs there that all got really well deserving places, so get up and go to one because they're so fun and the community is just amazing. Thank you everyone for watching this video. To say goodbye, I've just got a few videos and pictures from the day to share with you, so enjoy those, ask me any questions in the comments that you'd like, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, but hopefully I'll see some of you in live shows in the future. Bye bye!